Hello, good morning. I'm Olivia, and this is my sacred space. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really appreciate you being here. Truly appreciate y'all coming back. I really enjoy the interaction that we have. Um, here and on YouTube and on all my social media platforms. I really do appreciate you guys. Um, So I was going to do I'm going to do your reading, your pick of the day, which is you pick the stone on top of the card that you like. I'm also going to do the thought of the day with the Brian L. Weiss M.D. cards. And after I film and post this, I'm going to go ahead and do another film. So hopefully I will have that posted within the next couple of days, because I don't know, it might be today. We'll see. But I've been working on the tray. It's going to be a future prediction of through the end of the year, and I did this art on this board because, and those are the moons, the new moons, and the full moons, and a blue moon, so that so that I could throw some charms, so you can see what that looks like. If you also want to see someone who's really good at throwing charms, go to Charmed Intuition on YouTube. That's Liz who runs that page, and I just really admire her so much, and she has given me so much inspiration, and I really don't feel like I would even know how to start reading charms if it weren't for watching her do it on her YouTube channel. So I want to give credit where credit is due, of course. And now let's pick your card of the day. I cut the deck. I'm going to pick this card that's right here off the top. It looks like it's a blue card. Love is the energy that fills the universe. Love fills every cell of your body, every atom of your being. And then the affirmation on the other side is, I remember that only love is real. Sometimes I don't dig these cards. I'm not I'm not I'm not sure about that affirmation. I do like love is the energy that fills the universe. Love fills every cell of your body, every atom of your being. It makes me feel like love is like water, flowing. I do think it is like that. So anyway, here's your thought of the day. I'm going to put it right here while we talk about the card toppers. And this is our Calcopyrite. It is a copper ore. It's on the first card here. And then we have the turquoise. I like to call it my Turk. And my Howlite of many faces, of which many you can see. And then also, last but not least, the beautiful and wondrous tiger eye. Okay. All right. Let us get started. Well, I guess I haven't said a lot of my intro stuff, so let me have a little sip of coffee. I think I need more than a sip, and also I think more of this coffee is milk rather than coffee. I made it that way, but what was I thinking? Okay, so first of all, I did thank you guys for being here, but I just really want to make sure you know how much it means to me that you come and watch this, and that you find any kind of comfort or entertainment in it, or that it helps you go to sleep at night, or however this works for you. And you know, when I talk about you guys, I try not to shout out names, although I'm wondering if maybe some of you might like that. For instance, I did shout out Liz. So I want you to look at B for Brooke on Instagram. She's a really great one card um, oracle she's doing right now on her Instagram. And I said B for Brooke. That's an old nickname. She's B Brooke NASA or something like that. I'll find it. I'll link it. Okay. Um, I guess we've talked enough. Okay, so if you need more time to pick your card, please take the time. Just pause your video and you can have all the time you need. Um, if you, on the other hand, oh gosh, I've been unfocused this whole time. On the other hand, I don't know about the other hand. Let's move along. Sorry, I just woke up, and so and also my allergies are really bad. So you'll hear me clearing my throat and even coughing, but it's asthma, not the COVID. I've not been anywhere, guys. Um, Calcopyrite. We're going to turn this card over right now. We'll go ahead and bring it up to the camera, and it is the Lovers. Now, I want you to notice there is more than one personage in this card when it comes to the Lovers. Um, lovers lovers has just as much to do with your spiritual love that you have for one another, um, as your physical love that you have one another, as your emotional love that you have for one another, the things that y'all do to heal one another. um, this other person or personage in the card happens to be an angel who is blessing the union. Um, this particular card looks like it's showing the tree of knowledge and the tree of good and evil with Adam and Eve, and a heavenly host watching above with the sun shining down on them. Their nakedness is their vulnerability, especially in their vulnerability to one another. As lovers, we open ourselves up to those that we love, our lovers, in a way that we do not open up to other people. And that's a really special relationship. If you got this card today and you're single, because that happens, today is the day that you treat yourself like you would want to be treated. But not only that, I want you to think of your ideal lover. Maybe you have had your ideal lover. Maybe he or she passed. Maybe you, well, there are lots of maybes here, but if you're alone, I want you to really think about how you would like for your lover to treat you, or how your lover treated you when you felt like you were treated well. Do those things for yourself. But at the same time, you can look out. You can think about your ideal lover. I don't want you to be like mooning over somebody else or making yourself fall in love with someone. Not that you can really do that, but you kind of can. You can fall in love with a fantasy. If you don't know someone, you can transpose a character in a book on them. I used to do that when I was in junior high. I remember one boy in particular that I thought was Oliver Twist. Okay, so don't do that. So you have the Lovers. That's a wonderful card. Um, it's a particular. The Lovers is not the kind of love that you have for your brother or sister usually, and it's not the kind of love that is parent-child. It is really about being a lover. So when I tell you to treat yourself today like you would treat your lover, or like you would want your lover to treat you, I don't want you to just buy yourself flowers. I want you to treat yourself the whole day as if you're lavishing yourself with love, as if you're trying to make yourself fall in love with yourself. That's what I want you to do today. That's a nice one to have. You may have a lover in your life. And in that case, you can treat them that way. You can treat yourself that way. You can treat your both selves that way. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the Turk. The Turquoise. I hope that's not rude to call it the Turk. It probably is. I don't even mean to be racial by it. I call my Ottoman the Turk sometimes. That may be really bad. Oh, I just said something horrible probably. Okay, you have the two. If you chose the turquoise, you have the two of pentacles. Um, okay, so pentacles. Here, I'll hold it up close so that you can see. He's kind of juggling them. It looks like he has a serpentine belt. Um, it also looks like the symbol of infinity. So this is kind of a not necessarily a struggle card, but kind of a balance. That's what it is. It's a balance card. um, you're doing quite well balancing. He's juggling forever. He's not really ready to just kind of move forward, although he will be successful when he does. And he may have already started moving forward. You see his legs are moving. He is cautiously on his way. Um, so it's kind of a planning phase for success that you're in right now. So if you have this card today, I'd like you to do just that. If you don't have a project that you're working on, go ahead and think of one. Find something and kind of weigh it out, or weigh out different projects you could be working on, different things you could be doing. And what I mean by projects and things, I mean outside of work. With this card, sometimes it is within your job. However, it's kind of a small thing. I just want you to kind of be weighing options in your brain. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to imply that anyone might be getting fired or quitting their job with this card, because that's not what this card means. But I do want you to consider what you would do if you did not have your job. Like maybe you have, what would you do if you're independent of money? What would you be doing? What would be your occupation? So that's kind of a lot I told you there. So um, take what you will and leave the rest. I think I gave too many assignments with that card. So the magical Howlite. Every little thing that I do, I'm thinking of each one of you. Like when I said Howlite just now, it just reminded me of a particular one of you. I'm so thrilled. Um, this was such a good idea for me to be doing this. Whose idea was this? I love it. If you picked the magical Howlite of many faces, you'll see that you have the Knave of Cups, and he's got a little fish in his cup. Isn't that cute? He's standing by the ocean. The ocean, I often talk about the psychic energies of water in the ocean, and I forget to mention the emotional part. And I forget to mention that with the moon, too. The moon and the waters are also just extremely emotional. When I see this guy, he's the Page of Cups. I said the Knave of Cups because that is also what he's called. I often think about the Page of Cups, that the knave that stole the hearts from the cupcakes from the queen. What happened? I can't even remember. I think of a mischievous little fella. That's what I think of. So in seeing him today, he is also a messenger. He usually brings good news and something. Sometimes he brings um, a message from a loved one. So look for that today. If you had him, he may be bringing a message. He's also a card about trusting your intuition, like trusting that even though you're not fully this, he's a page. He's young. He may just be a teenager or a young person. Even though he's young, he still has something to offer, especially when it comes to his intuition. Um, so trust your intuition today. Trust that when you're thinking about certain things and you want to say, oh no, don't throw it away. Think about it a little bit more. Think about it with your childlike eyes. Um, Also, this is a real card of self-acceptance because he's a kind of a teenage figure growing into adulthood. It's almost kind of a rite of passage that he learned to accept himself and who he is and really enjoy who he really is rather than worrying about who's thinking what about him. Because those are two different things. At school, you may have a reputation for being a certain way, but that doesn't mean that's how you are. Oh, gosh. I love the way this rock feels in my palm. The tiger eye. So nice and cool. I've been wearing stones around my neck lately, too. It's been very calming. Usually don't like anything around my neck. And if you picked the tiger eye, then you have the King of Hearts. So in this particular deck, that King of Hearts doesn't look like the nicest, sweetest of guys. I will tell you, he's very protective of his wife, his queen. Very protective. He's a father figure. He's the most fatherly of kings. Um, he's somewhat. Is he the older king? Well, anyway, if you have the king today, a lot of times I talk about kings serving their people because it is very service oriented job, wouldn't you say, to be the king? Or it should be. He's also a diplomat and an ambassador. So if you have him today, I would just say do act like royalty, like the good kind of royalty, like the compassionate. Of course, the King of Hearts is extremely compassionate and has a very open heart. Um, the only time you will see him really out of sorts or even angry is if you threaten his family. He is very protective of his family, especially the queen. Um, his union with his queen is holy and more of a, I don't know what word I'm looking for. I have a word, but I can't think of it. Um, so if you have him today, I do often talk about serving. I'm trying to think about, um, I want you to do something a little different today. I want you to think about the king as yourself. I want you to think of the king as someone that you respect, someone that you feel is good enough to be the king, is righteous enough, is um, calming enough, or has the intelligence. And let that be you today. Carry yourself with a regal posture. Um, you don't need to order people around. A king never does. He has people that anticipate his needs. You may not have people that anticipate your needs around you all day to day. So even if you are the king, it might not feel so much like it, but I do want you to carry yourself as such today. Pull your shoulders back, bring your head up, breathe deeply, and try to know your power and understand your place in the world as royalty, as a child of God. That's what I'd like you to do today. And we've come to the end. Now that we've come, I know, I know. It's kind of rude to not to sing off little snippets of songs and not finish them. Believe me, it's not rude. It's good. You're glad. Believe me. Okay, so I guess I just need to say goodbye, which I hate to do. I'm gonna start filming that other film as I download this one. If I can do that, I'm gonna try to do that. All right, you guys go off and have one of your most delightful days ever. I hope. I hope this is what will happen for you today. Um, in reading the cards, it does look like you guys are in for a nicer day than you have necessarily been going through. There have been a lot of major arcana, and that can create a lot of action. All right. Love you guys. You take care.